Hey, welcome back everybody. I'm Lou. This is Metal Lens Reviews. Welcome to my channel. So, if this happens to be your first time here, you're checking it out, you like what you see, thank you. Please do me that favor of like, comment, subscribe. As I mentioned before, it really helps me grow the channel, spread it to the masses, and of course motivates me, provide you guys more content to watch. Alright, so what are we doing here? Well, a new one from Marilyn Manson. In fact, his new album dropped today. One Assassination Under God. Interesting title. I'm not gonna lie, when I first saw this music video pop up, I was actually trying to pronounce the OAUG, and I was like, oh wait a minute, duh. It's just, you know, a shortened version of the album title, One Assassination Under God. Duh. And, yeah. So I was like, alright, take two. But yeah, I was gonna do a full album review like, you know, many people are doing right now. I just, I haven't got there yet. I don't think I have the patience to sit through an entire album. Even if it's music I like, I just can't wrap my head around it. And, whatever. Call me whatever you want. Well, it's just not in the cards for me yet. But I promise one day I'll surprise the heck out of you. Anyway, it's the new album's out today. If you haven't heard it already, I did a few songs off this album. And they're good. I like it. It's this mix of classic Marilyn Manson, new Marilyn Manson smashed together. I think it's done really well, and I'm excited to hear this. I expect it to be full of greatness and typical Manson, you know, doing his thing. I'm glad he's back, and I hope he makes it around to my city again. Alright guys, let me stop yapping, cue this video up, and we're going to check it out together, alright? Once again, this is Marilyn Manson with One Assassination Under God.
You gave us what we wished for, a few tangled strings attached. Pull back the curtain, I won't suffer for your amusement. There's no more dreams for me to sell. I choose my nightmares wisely. I don't want to ruin the story, but it doesn't turn out well. You will always be entertained. Everybody shout up for the execution, but nobody will shout at face. To shoot you in the
off to a very strong start, almost like 2 minutes in. But yeah, you know, the guy always had a talent for art, twisted imagery. That was his whole, you know, thing. And he made it work, and he was very successful for a long time, fell off, and got back on. And I think he's doing well now. And I think probably this album and his live performances, which are definitely improving. And yeah, you know, I mean, everything's pretty much kind of back to like it was, you know, very atypical, classic Manson, you know, doing his thing, and really, really cementing that shock rock element, you know, goth, what have you. Like I said, this definitely, it fills in that void, you know, you know, the classic albums, maybe one or two of the newer ones, but I don't know, like he's always developed himself every album. A lot of artists tend to do this. You know, they always kind of reinvent themselves in some way, sometimes for the best, sometimes for the worst. And I think Marilyn Manson found that sweet spot. You know, he's able to get that crowd that used to worship him back, and probably gain a whole new audience, a whole new generation now is going to be watching this. They're going to be like, where you been my entire life, you know? So, yeah, I think this is great. This is more than enough time and to make a difference and be impactful again, you know? So it's really cool seeing Marilyn Manson come out again. I never thought I'd be saying, oh, there's Marilyn Manson, you know, releasing a new album. But this is awesome. This is cool. I could see this guy, you know, stepping away from music and being a director, which I really hope happens, because like I said, the guy's a visionary, and I want to see him put that to either a story or a film. I'll be really interested, and I'll be there, you know. All right, let's keep going.
Off a cliff, when they tear the wings from all the swine, just monkeys will be left to fly. The pilot light is flickered out, and all the ashes will be screaming. No one can hear my last words, and no encore words will say goodbye. You will always be entertained.
You know, it's funny, that pile of wood he was on, I had to do it like a double take. It looked like just like something out of like some weird grotesque imagery thing, you know, a bunch of hands coming out. I don't know, maybe there was wood whittled into the shape of human body parts. I don't know, but it looked like just, you know, up close, it looked like, you know, logs stacked on each other. That's cool. Like I said, look at this. This I would see in some like 18th century home. It looks like a painting, you know. Whether he's, I don't know who's directing this. I'm sure they'll let me know in the credits or whatever. But yeah, like I said, I'm sure he had say in this. And usually videos kind of go along with the lyrics of the song, because every song is kind of like telling a story, especially when it comes to him. He's not just a visual storyteller. He's a, you know, audible storyteller. You know, a lot of his music, there's meaning, there's these underscores of controversy and, you know, religion and anti-religion stuff, and just, you know, very, very Manson stuff. He's unique. People can come close to him. There's people before him that were doing this, but, you know, when you mention Marilyn Manson in a sentence, you're going to home in on a certain individual, and that person you're talking to is either going to get it or not. Because I don't think there's no half-assed fan of Marilyn Manson. Either you heard of him and you like him, or you don't, you know, you just kind of pass him through, like, oh, he was in that generation I grew up in, that's it. But no, I think, you know, Manson will always be in one of my playlists, obviously. And what's interesting, I don't know if people know this, he had something to do with, or he did take part in the soundtrack or the score of the first Resident Evil movie. So if you go back, there's actually, on the DVD, there's like special features. And he did that, and, you know, it's very, now that I listen to it, it kind of clicks. It's very, you know, Manson-esque, you know, it's metal, but like robotic, you know, like there's like a machine playing the guitar, the drums, and all that stuff, and but it has Manson's touch to it. Anyway, I would love to see him to do that too. I would love to see Manson score, you know, movies, you know, obviously of his caliber, of course, but like I said, the man's an artist, and, you know, like I said, anything he touches, it's unique in some manner, in a very dark, gothic, you know, kind of manner, but at the end of the day, it's art. I mean, you look at all the famous Renaissance artists, you know, there was something going on there that was a little bit disturbing. It's beauty, yes, but the punishment and the endurance that they went through to paint these epic, you know, tapestries and, you know, photos and whatnot, and not photos, but like paintings and stuff. It's just, you know, it tells a story, and I think that's what Manson's doing here. I'm not listening to the lyrics like that. I just, you know, probably should have pulled them up, but whatever, you know, like I said, he's telling a story here, obviously, and you know, like I said, you're either going to really home in and dig his kind of music, or you're not, you know. I don't know any casual listeners, casual fans that, like you could be a casual fan to, let's say bands like, Disturbed or Korn, they'll always be a part of you, but you could do without, Manson fans, and I've been to a couple of Manson shows, and even though he's not like the heaviest of the heavy, they're still a very rowdy bunch. I remember being squeezed to death when I was at one of his shows at a smaller venue too, and it was just, and like I said, the songs were really not that heavy, but they packed such a punch, and people were just anxious to see him perform, because it's something iconic, Marilyn Manson. He's just been that guy, that punching bag to some people. They like to blame him for a lot of stuff, but yeah, this is refreshing, and I love the fact that he's sticking to his guns. He didn't just invent himself here; he incorporated what made him, an icon. So, and this music video, hopefully YouTube lets me show it to you guys. Yeah, definitely Marilyn Manson. It's written all over it. Let's keep going.
Always be entertained. Everybody shout up all the execution, but nobody will shout at praise. To shoot you in the back of the head and call it sacred. They don't deserve to even say your name. Assassination, 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 assassination. Everybody shout up all the execution.
I gotta say, I mean, yeah, his voice, once again, I mean, I know he's wearing tons of makeup on, but the dude never ages, maybe in everyday life or whatever, maybe his, body changed or whatever, but I'm not really paying attention to that. His voice, still on point, you know what I mean? It doesn't change, and that's good, because it's like, it's so iconic that, he could just sing one line of his song and you automatically know, like if you heard a song in a mystery lineup and you heard any of his songs, not even a popular one, maybe like a deep cut Marilyn Manson song, you would know it's Marilyn Manson because only he sings like this. And yeah, to think so many years later he still carries that charismatic style of voice, that drone that just people that people recognize, that droning style of voice. And it's good, and I'm impressed with the music. I know this is a different lineup of musicians, and I mean it's heavy. I love the heaviness now. It's still smooth, still has that gothy kind of atmosphere. Even some of the other songs, there's that tinge of the synth and the industrial element, but this one is more kind of rock forward. There's a metal edge to it, and it's just dark. It's surrounded by dark, and it just adds these layers. Like I said, the song is simplistic and as a whole, but it kind of, there's like a build to it. You know what I mean? It's very smooth. Yeah, and it's complex. Like I said, he's filled with metaphors, and I'm not gonna I'm not that kind of guy. I'm not gonna break down the lyrics. This would be like a 2-hour long video if I did that. But I'll leave that to you guys for your interpretation of the song, the lyrics. I'm sure it's not that hard. But like I said, he's creative in that matter, and I like that, and I always respected him for that. And to see this again in this year, and for a new generation now to get a taste of Manson. And I hope he, I'm sure he's on tour now, or he's, probably going to promote this album at some point. So I hope he continues doing that. I hope he gets a few headliner gigs. Why wouldn't he, right? But yeah, this is going to be an interesting ride for Marilyn Manson. I want to see how the old fans take it. Newer fans, I want to see how they kind of react to this. And but me being, a classic fan, kind of in and out, I listened to Manson, I stopped, I listened again. He's always been there. So kind of like bands like, iconic bands like Pantera, Metallica, no matter what you do in your life, they'll always be there in those layers of progress as you grow older. They're just staples in your life, and Manson is there. He's just part of that, what makes people who grew up in my era, if you enjoy this music too. Like if you're into, rap, hip hop, soul, whatever, I'm not sure if, Manson beard type. But you gotta admit, the guy, when he speaks, especially in interviews, he's intelligent. Like, he's an artist, not just in music. And this, interpretation of his version of, rock and metal, goth rock, shock rock, whatever you label it, it's unique in its own way. And he's kind of withstood the test of time. He could have came out any time, before or after. And look, he took the time to not just reinvent himself, but to show people, hey, I still got it. Look at this. And just like I said, the imagery, when every image I've seen in this video looks like a painting, something that would be on a wall in some chateau somewhere. There was a lot of thought done into this. I don't know if he directed this or if he had any say. I imagine he did. Why not? Let the guy cook, I say. He's brilliant, he's smart, he has a vision. Let him be the creative mastermind when it comes to his music and the videos. Because the videos kind of interpret the song and, make them come to life in a sense. It's like a story. Write a story, but when that story reaches the big screen, it's either going to be, a win or a complete loss and be lost in translation. In this case, I think Manson's onto something. And like I said, I can't wait to deep dive to the other songs in the album. And, because, even the previous ones off this album I listened to, they all have a very unique kind of track and sound. Not one sounds alike. It's not like cut and paste. Each one is unique. This one, I think, is the heaviest of the bunch I've listened to. But yeah, like I said, I'm curious to what the other ones sound like, and I'm definitely going to check them out. And depending on how well this video does, I'll do a couple more. Like, I know I should have done the whole album, but I just don't have that patience. I'm sorry, guys. One day, I promise. But yeah, this was very rewarding. I'm glad I decided to do this. And yep, it's Manson being Manson again. All right, let's finish this off, and I'll give you guys my final thoughts. Nice. Well, there you have it. That was Marilyn Manson with One Assassination Under God. I like this. I think this album's going to be brilliant. This song was a artistic masterpiece. I think it was visually really well done. The song was done, like I said. To me, this album reminds me of, classic Manson, a new Manson, and they somehow found that sweet spot in the middle to make it sound not just new and refreshing, but, kind of brings you back to the grandness of what made Marilyn Manson. And like I said, I think this is definitely going to bring people back into the fold, not just, enjoying Manson's work again, but like I said, bringing in that new audience that, will definitely, I think, get a kick out of it, especially because I don't know anyone recently anyway, because you could be graphic, shocking, and horror just for shocking and graphic and horrific sake, but you can't do it like Manson. Alright guys, well, that's all I gotta say. I feel like any more would be redundant. Let me know what you think. You guys digging the new Manson stuff? Let me know in the comments below. Alright, well, hey, look, if you made this far in the video, thanks for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already. If you want me to react to another song, or you want to jump ahead of the line instead of me, searching in the comments, I'll leave a little link down below, buy me a coffee, and you could, if you want, contribute that way, or, leave me a message, hey Lou, check out this song, and I'll, react to whatever you guys want. Alright, thanks again for watching, and as always, my friends, I'll see you all very, very soon. Peace.